Hi, I'm Nikki, and this is Maddie, and we're making chicken parmesan. This is head chef. I'm little assistant chef.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So we're making chicken parmesan. So we're going to be needing a bunch of different ingredients. First, we're going to be needing 4 chicken breasts. So we're basically going to fillet these a little bit and quarter them. So we're just going to quarter them different things like this, so that it's thin, and that way it will, have more flavor. That is the word I was looking for. All right, so they're all going to be about this size. All right, to make our tomato sauce for our chicken parmesan, we're going to be needing to use a little bit of olive oil, and we've already put it in the pan, and it needs to get this kind of like a shiny look. If you want to do this kind of thing, it needs to look a little shiny like that. All right, now we're going to add our savory ingredients for the sauce. We're going to need to use some onions, about half of an onion. Yes, put it in. All right, and then we minced about 2 or 3 cloves of garlic. And then we're also going to add a bay leaf to give it like a little bit of Italian zest. And we're going to let that saute for about 15 minutes or until it's a little bit browned and tender. Next, while Nikki is sauteing our vegetables for the sauce, we're going to preheat our oven to about 450 or so that it has some time to get warm. Okay, so now we're going to put the flour in the shallow platter so that when we put the chicken in the flour, it can be distributed evenly. I've seasoned the flour with some salt and pepper. All right. Now we have eggs. I'm going to put a tablespoon of water in here. Now, I'm supposed to beat this until it's frothy. It's hard to do in a paper thing. You go, girl. Alright, so now the process of breading our chicken is going to start. So we're going to take one of our little chicken quarters, we're going to coat it in the flour. Secondly, take this out, we're going to put it in our egg mixture, let it drip off, wait till it's finished. Alright, lastly, we're going to coat in our breadcrumbs. Now we have Nikki here, and she put some oil in the skillet, and she let it sit until it had the little hazy color again. Now we're just going to fry these for about 5 minutes on each side. Do it again so you can see it. Egg, gross egg. Let it drip off. All right. We put it in the breadcrumbs. Then we sear them each. All right, so we have our breaded chicken in our pan. It looks like it's doing pretty good. That looks pretty much completely done. So we're gonna put it in our casserole dish. We're gonna flip these. So you're gonna want to look like a nice golden brown, like this. Like perfect. And once this is done, we're gonna lay them out on our casserole pan, and we're gonna cover with our tomato sauce. Good. All right. right, now, last but not least, we're going to add some basil to our dish, and then we're going to add some tomatoes. While that's cooking, let's get our chicken ready. I can't do this. All right, so our chicken is all completed. We have 2 pans because we made quite a bit of it. So we have our red sauce that we made. It's nice and simmering. It smells a lot like basil and onion. So now we're just gonna ladle it over our chicken. Like this. Make sure that it's completely coated so that everybody gets a little bit of red sauce. All right, that's pretty good. All right, now we're gonna grate some fresh mozzarella cheese, and then we're also gonna add to it. I already grated the mozzarella cheese. We're gonna add to it some fresh Parmigiano. Ooh, it moved. All right. Alright, so our oven has been preheating this entire time. It's at 450. We're going to put it in the center rack so that everything gets a nice even browning and cook. We're going to set the timer for about 15 to 20 minutes. I'm going to set it for 17 because, you know, my oven's a little hot. And then once it's over, we'll add our noodles and hopefully it'll be good.
What? Oh, hey, mister.
Alright, the final step that we have to take before we cook our casserole is to start cooking our noodles. So we have here some spaghetti noodles. Honestly, you can use any type of noodles, but these were the kind that I had. So before we break these and put them into our pot, we're going to need to salt the water a little bit to give it some flavor. Just give it like a few dashes of salt. All right, you want to help me break this stuff? No. On a time, huh? Mm-hmm. All right. Oh my God. Okay. So we're gonna break it over our pot because it won't fit, and then we'll just cook it for about, 10 to 12 minutes or until it's tender. You don't want to cook it too much because otherwise it'll just become really nasty and soggy. So you cook it for about 10 to 12 minutes. Alright, the timer has just gone off for our chicken parmesan. And the cheese has a perfect, nice little golden brown layer on top. And we're going to top, our noodles are almost finished. And when this is, when they're done, we're going to top our Parmesan chicken on top of our noodles. Alright, so now our noodles are on our plate. We're going to top with our perfectly cooked chicken Parmesan. That looks great. And then if you want to salt and pepper it to taste, you can. Let's get a little more sauce on here. There we go. Here is your finished product. Woohoo! Alright, thanks for watching. This is my lovely other assistant, Heather, assisting us in cleaning the kitchen, which is also an important Part of kitchen duties, sanitation.